Now, ahead of his visit to India, Seychelles President Dani Faure has called off a joint project to build a naval base at his country's Assumption Island. Speaking to WION earlier this year, President Faure had said that the project faces internal opposition. So how can Delhi get around the Seychelles opposition to a naval base on Assumption Island? The word is India may get access to the island through France. Here's how it could work.
Assumption Island, Seychelles, nearly 5,000 kilometers from India and over 1,000 kilometers from the country's capital, Victoria. An agreement on an Indian naval facility in the West Indian Ocean, struck during Narendra Modi's 2015 visit, stalled because of domestic opposition.
Although there has been an agreement, I have decided not to submit the agreement to National Assembly for ratification. But it doesn't mean that the ambition of my government, my administration, for us to have a Coast Guard facility on Assumption.
But the Seychellois government may lack the funds to build a Coast Guard facility, money which India could easily provide. But after making his position clear, will there be any forward movement when President Faure is in Delhi later this week? The other question is, does India need the Seychellois facility since it has an arrangement with France to use its island territories in the Indian Ocean, namely Reunion and the Comoros? Reunion Island will enable the Indian Navy to monitor and dominate the sea lanes of the Western Indian Ocean. A facility on the Comoros will enable India to monitor Chinese naval and other activity in the Mozambique Channel. The Seychelles may be Africa's smallest country, smallest population, just approaching 100,000, and possibly the world's smallest capital. But straddling key sea lanes in the Indian Ocean means the 150-island archipelago can punch much higher than its weight category. The Assumption Island is an ideal location for the Seychellois military surveillance of its exclusive economic zone, the EEZ. The deal provided for Indian investment of $550 million for the development of an airstrip, jetty and housing infrastructure for the Seychellois Coast Guard. The 2015 deal was reworked in early 2018, but after details were leaked, domestic opposition has blocked its ratification.
I personally think that we could have gained much more without really giving any territory out of our territorial bloc. We could have negotiated something that would at least people would see that we're benefiting, at the same time preserving our environment, not disadvantaging our fishermen. There are possibilities that we could have discussed.
With the deal stalled, reports say an agreement signed during French President Emmanuel Macron's visit in March 2018 could come to the rescue. India and France agreed to a strategic partnership in the western part of the Indian Ocean region. The two countries also share a logistics service agreement to support each other's naval forces in the region, so India could potentially still use the island if France is involved. France also has strategic interests in the Seychelles, and India-French-Seychelles trilateral cooperation may safeguard New Delhi's strategic interests to counterbalance China's growing presence.
China has been present in Africa, and China has also been present in Seychelles. China has helped Seychelles in its socio-economic development, like India has also helped Seychelles in our socio-economic development. So we have looked towards India and China with the same friendship.
In this world of diplomacy, there are no permanent friends. There are only permanent interests. And in my view, having been Minister of Foreign Affairs for 5 years, every sovereign country looked after his interest first. The rest can wait. That includes Seychelles. It should include Seychelles. We as Seychelles should look after our interests first. Not Chinese interest, not Indian interest, not European interest, but Seychelles. We're small, but we are resilient.
How India's and the Seychellois interests will be served is something President Faure's state visit on the 25th and 26th of June should clear up.
The relationship between India and Seychelles will go beyond our time as politicians. It is a relationship between two people.
With Surendra Singh, Amitabh Revi, WION.